Bonjour mes amis! Hi guys! Today we have a very special treat upon the invitation of a viewer of the channel. I have no idea why he reached out to me. There are much more interesting channels that such a beautiful collection should be presented on. But yeah, we are very lucky to discover the collection of, can we say your name?
No.
Of
Mr. H.
Mr. H.
Come and give me a hug.
So maybe if you want to briefly introduce yourself, where you're from, how long you've been in Hong Kong, apparently not for very long anymore.
Yeah, originally from New Zealand, but been travelling around. Came to Hong Kong in 1999, so I've been here 23 years.
Wow.
Longer than I expected, and I had a bit of a sojourn in Beijing.
我在北京
For 10 years, from 2003 to 2013, before I came back to Hong Kong again. And you know, been collecting from pretty much since I've been in Asia, which is about since 1996. And just picking up watches as I've sort of gone. The years have gone by, and admittedly, latterly, more than probably I should have done.
Yeah.
We all get that bug.
Yeah, I guess when you look at the collection, you get a feel of when these were acquired. And if I switch to the your second box, maybe even more so, and maybe we can start from this side, because I suppose there will be some watches with a sentimental value in the box, and some that definitely have a connection to Beijing.
Yeah, you know, the Parmigiani Fleurier was the first sort of nice watch I got in Singapore in 1997, when my son was born, and I treated myself, and it was the first sort of integrated bracelet type watch. I think the Riviera came out around the time of the Royal Oaks and the Nautiluses back in the 70s. But it's a great little watch actually, and I wore it for many, many years.
They brought it back.
They've brought it back now, yes.
Actually, it looks quite good. The new version, but this one still looks fresh, you know.
Amazing, you know, because it's 30 odd years, and
Do you still wear the watch here and there?
no, I haven't worn it for a long time actually. I think it probably needs a service.
It's got a nice guilloche on the beautiful guilloche actually on the dial.
The one next to it, the old Omega Seamaster, was my father's watch, which my mother bought for him, I think the year after I was born. Drag it out of there. And my father passed away end of 2002, so almost 20 years ago. And literally about 2 or 3 weeks before my daughter was born. So again, this watch is quite sentimental, and it has his name engraved on the back and the date that my mother gave it to him. Lovely watch. I wear that a bit.
It's in beautiful condition too.
Yeah, not polished, so I had it serviced, but I asked them not to polish it. So he looked after it. He had it on a metal, a bracelet, one of those expandable bracelets, which I hated. So I stuck it on a nice leather strap from Omega. Yeah, and this next one is a micro brand, Federico Iguzzini, and it's got the signs of the Chinese zodiac as the hour markers. It's on a nice rubber strap. And if you take it off the cushion, it's called Old Shanghai. It's got that on the back, which I think is quite novel. And I got this in 2007. I saw it in the Post magazine. It was on the watch, but they used to have a watch page, and it was there, and I thought that's a really cool watch. I was living in Beijing at the time, so I reached out to the company and purchased this. I think this is number 3 out of 30. And I became quite good friends with the owner of the company. Federico Iguzzini was a Jesuit missionary who travelled to China in the early 20th century, to Shanghai, and set up a watchmaking business. And so two sort of French-Mexican brothers revived the brand in the early 2000s, and are coming out with some quite really interesting designs that are very original and quite unique. And I just thought that one was pretty cool actually. It's a steel case. The second one was actually very special. As I got to know the owner, he told me that he was going to reissue one of the most famous watches that Federico Gazzini had made, and which in fact was owned by Sun Yat-sen, the founder of modern China. And this watch is a world timer, so it's got all the major time zones and cities of the world written in Chinese around it, 18 karat gold, and I think he made 20, and this is number one. But it's a beautiful watch, and I bought it in 2012, I think, and wore it for many years. Great dress watch, a great conversation piece, and it beautifully decorated.
They gold plated the whole movement.
Yes.
And redecorated everything. And of course, encased in an 18 karat gold, you can feel the heft of this piece.
Yeah, it was my first gold watch.
Beautiful.
And then the Zin was when I was just walking along the street in Central and walked past, I think, City Chain, who have they're one of the ADs for Zin in Hong Kong, the EZM13, and on a nice Mr. Chrono rubber strap. Works quite well because there's some nice little red touches in the watch, and it's a lefty, so you know it's. I always wanted a lefty, just to be a little bit different. If we go hiking, I'll stick it on. It's a good little timer, and then I sort of went a bit military inspired for a little while. This was, I think, during 2020, during COVID. This is the Vertex M100 in bronze, which was issued to commemorate the 75th anniversary at the end of the Second World War. And this is this is number 88, so very lucky in China. Manual wind, ETA movement, but it's a lovely little watch actually. And I put it came on a nice leather strap with a Zulu Alpha NATO, and I put it on the rubber strap from Vertex as well. A great little brand, been revived by the great grandson of the founder, and it's got the original WWW on the back.
Extremely valuable in Hong Kong with this serial number. So
with
if
88,
anyone wants to place a bid,
Um,
you can contact me and I will pass it on.
So it's bronze. It hasn't patinaed too badly so far.
What was the story of the Vertex company?
It was one of the Dirty Dozen that was commissioned by the Ministry of Defence in the Second World War, as was IWC and Omega, Longines and a few others. But Vertex was one that you don't hear a lot about. And it's still got the crow's foot of the arrow from the military. But it's again another watch that's a bit of a talking point. And being bronze as well, I'm sort of looking forward to the future when it takes on its own sort of unique personality. This was commissioned by the US, I think during the Vietnam era, and used by the SEALs and underwater demolition. Again, it's got the stuff on the back. This is a reproduction, it's not one of the originals. But it's got a lovely bezel action. It's not a click bezel. It's a smooth sort of, and it's a good beater. I'll wear this to go swimming or just mucking about. And
first time I see one of these. Oh, now we have a bit of a heavy hitter in the tech department.
From my lovely wife for my birthday, I think last year.
Why doesn't my wife buy me any good watch?
And this has got the super high beat.
Yeah, that's the hundredth of a second. Oh wow!
I've just tried. We've been trying to get it on a rubber strap. And I went to the AD.
Oh, it looks good like this.
Recently, and they had a rubber strap in, but they didn't have all the parts, so it was a bit frustrating actually.
What a show!
But yeah, I just love how that spins around.
Well, Nice one, Mrs. H. That's a great.
It's very pretty.
That's gorgeous. Look at the back.
This is actually going to be a gift for my son. He's just turned 25, so I'm going to, when we travel
What a gift. Splendid.
next month, leaving Hong Kong, so we'll go and visit with him. So it'll be a nice gift, I think. I got
Was
him
it,
I got him an IWC Mark 18 for his 21st birthday.
Nice. And then
So
now the
here I
Omega,
have
the diver.
A diver for his 25th. So yeah.
Did you hesitate between the colors?
No, I looked at the blue, but I really liked the black one.
Yeah, I have to agree with you.
It wears really well. You know, it's good. It's quite a big lug to lug, but it really sits nicely on the wrist.
And I can tell you've been on a spending spree lately,
Well,
because this is quite new as well.
It is. Well, this was my Christmas present from my wife again.
Again, and she's hitting all the right
Sweet.
ones.
She certainly is, and I put it on Erica's original parachute strap.
By the way, I
which-
found the key to
really
the to the safe. It's right here.
So yeah, so this is one of the MN21s. Yeah, again, wears beautifully, and on that parachute strap, it's.
Yeah, I
just
gotta say, I
hopefully
love these
they're just
straps.
wonderful.
They're
Yeah.
great.
I really love it.
Yeah.
The loom is to die for. It's such a light watch, and it really, hugs the wrist, and it does everything.
This one is all you associate with Tudor and the military
Marine National, yeah.
background. All right, and now we have the other box. Some heavy hitters in there, really gorgeous assortment of watches. So where do we start?
Well, I guess, over here, that was my first Rolex, 2019.
2019, that's not long ago.
No.
And you got all that afterwards.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
yeah,
really
most
caught
of
the
this
bug,
box has
huh?
been- yeah, exactly, the last couple of years. This watch will be going to my son when he graduates medical school. He's got another year to go. So
That's good.
I'll be giving him.
There you go. It's a slate dial.
Yes.
It's very beautiful dial color. Yeah, I suppose it's late sunburst. That would be his third watch, his dress watch.
Yes, yeah,
When
which
he's
I think
proven
is,
he can be responsible with it.
Yeah, he's big into watches for a young man, and I think it's a 3-watch collection with the IWC, the Sea-Master, and a Datejust. It's probably all you need. And then the Yacht-Master 40, I really love this watch. I've had my eye on it for a long time, and
That's the latest iteration.
2021, I think. But yeah,
Yeah,
just
I
it
agree.
really
Just
just
gorgeous.
pops
It does
when it's on your
everything.
wrist. Yeah, the
Does
platinum
everything.
bezel, the polished center links.
Why do you need everything else?
Yeah, and the
It's
blue,
sporty, it's dressy.
the blue wording, the blue second hand. It just really, I just love it. I really do. It's
And
probably
it's the
watch I
model
wear
where
the
they can
most.
play with the colors a bit more.
Yeah.
Did you
That
hesitate
dial.
with the two-tone, or was it just it's there available,
No,
so you got this
I
one?
wanted the
That's
rhodium.
the one you wanted.
That's the
Yeah.
one I wanted. I wasn't super keen on the chocolatey two-tone one.
I like
or
it
the blue
too,
one.
but lately, this is the one that's catching my eye as
Yeah,
well.
it really is. It's under the radar, but as I said,
It's
it
a
just
very
pops
smooth
on your wrist.
bezel
Very
actually.
smooth,
It doesn't click like
No.
the dive bezels.
Yeah.
So very easy to use to time something quickly.
Yes.
You don't have to go around the whole thing.
Yeah, because it's
The whole dial.
bi-directional. Yeah.
That's really nice. Man, you're really tempting me to run away with this watch. Really, really cool.
We're lucky. We've got a good relationship with an AD here in Hong Kong, so we're privileged to be able to.
Well, now that you're leaving, maybe.
Well, maybe, yeah.
That could be my good relationship.
Could be, yeah.
Put in a good word for me.
Of course. And then this is another
Well,
Yacht-Master.
Another fantastic. I mean, are people talking enough about the Yacht-Masters? Because these two are just
I don't think they
fantastic.
are. I think
They're so
it's
beautiful.
really underappreciated.
This one was one of my strongest emotions holding a watch. I think in the past 5 years. I should have bought it when I had the chance. When a lady was showing it to me, and then there was no more chance. And this is the latest one, right? The one,
Yes.
two, whatever,
Yes,
126655, I think.
yeah, something like that. But yeah, I got this for my wedding. So we had a COVID wedding
On the beach.
on the beach in Lantau, which was lovely.
What else would you wear on the beach? And a
yeah.
Rolex, and with gold. This one does everything. So, which of the two? If you had to have just one yachty, this
Hard.
is tough.
It's hard.
tough.
The gold is timeless.
How do you feel about the Oyster?
Actually, I like the Oyster
Flex?
Flex. I like the Oyster Flex. It's
Does it ever give you like red marks, or
no,
is it super
never,
smooth?
never. And it's got it's got the glide lock,
Yeah.
and the clasp, so you can move it a good amount for the summer. But no, I've never had an issue with anything on my wrist with the Oyster Flex. Actually, it's very comfortable. Slides under the cuff beautifully.
How is the bezel on this one? Oh, super smooth as well. Very pleasant. It's very refined bezel.
Yeah,
You
it is.
feel like you're holding a refined piece that the Submariner or the Sea-Dweller is not.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And then this is a
One more.
beast. This one.
Oh.
This I just got a call from the AD. I like it. Doesn't have the Cyclops. It's and it's a real tool watch. This is probably the the most.
It's extreme. So, what is the wearing experience?
It's a little top heavy.
Yeah.
This has got the new bracelet, which I think is a bit wider at the top, and tapers. But it's still it's a big watch. It certainly doesn't go under a cuff.
Yeah.
But it's a weekend watch. It's a watch that I like to wear.
Well, those
on
watches,
weekends.
when you're sitting down, it's great. But when you're walking for 10 minutes, you start feeling there's something
Yeah.
pulling at your wrist, right? But this is very special. I mean, with this dial, it's the one to have. I had a chance to buy the black one, but when you know that this one exists, unless you love the black one, this is a really super special. That's Rolex at their most extreme.
Yeah, look, I'll never take it down to the depths that it's rated for.
And then another
Yeah,
gorgeous Rolex.
this is the most recent, which was
I don't want to hear from any Rolex haters in the comments because all these are just sumptuous. Really a great choice. Man, this is heavy.
it's yeah.
The deep sea is nothing compared to this.
No, that's right. You've got full gold.
But then what is the experience then on the wrist? Because you have more weight on the bracelet.
It's a better experience than the deep sea, to be honest, because it's a more consistent weight around the wrist.
Yeah.
It slides under the cuff much better than the Sea-Dweller does.
So what was the occasion?
Well, it was a 1-year wedding anniversary, so
Wow.
yeah.
What's the nickname for this one after all? It's not the smell.
Blueberry? Is it blueberry
Blueberry?
or something?
I'm not so sure. Gonna have to find something else. I really like it with the black dial.
Yeah, the previous version I think had the blue dial, didn't it?
Yeah.
But I think the contrast and in different light colours, it almost looks blue.
Again, if you don't mind the weight of the gold, if you enjoy the weight of the gold, I should say, these two can be your one and only.
Yes.
It does everything again,
Yes,
and
absolutely.
you have something really special on the wrist.
Yeah. I always wanted a Submariner,
Wow,
and
it is
the opportunity
really
to get
special.
to get the white gold one was
We
Well,
go next.
Blancpain was
Blancpain.
I love that 50 fathoms titanium. I've recently put it on the parachute strap, which it was on the sailcloth strap.
Super light.
It's
And
really light.
This weighs nothing at
Really
all.
light, and an 8-day power reserve. It's it's a lovely watch, and the loom on that is just amazing. And again,
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
love those parachute straps.
The flash of red on the second hand.
Yeah.
So yeah, what's the experience of the 50 Fathoms? It's not the one you see.
It's not, but
commonly people
it's
will go for the
sort of an
Submariners,
iconic dive
right?
watch. You
Yeah.
know that the Submariner and the Sea-Master. I
Really-
think
really
the 50
loom on
fathoms.
this.
The loom is unbelievable. it can light a room up.
But this feels more high end.
Yeah, oh, for sure. And I got this in 2017, I think.
The bezel is a sapphire capped.
Yes. And this
Oh, another
Dark Side of the
very
Moon.
special.
Apollo 11. It's a lovely.
You really have really good taste, you know. Really have to say.
Yeah, well, I've been
Those
lucky
are
to be able
brilliant.
to pick up these watches at the right time, and
Yeah.
but yeah, this again, it's a big watch, but it doesn't wear, overly
These are 43,
overly big.
44,
Yeah, 43, I think,
Yeah.
42.5 or something.
But the black makes everything wear smaller.
And it's it's full ceramic, so again, super light.
What a gorgeous piece.
And I love the
Gorgeous.
yellow, the way it pops, and the skeletonization, and the sort of, the texture of the moonscape, and then the movement at the back's just beautiful. It's a 1861, I think.
You know, I love when Omega really sweats the details
Yeah.
and creates something really, really special. And they can be more playful than Rolex can. You know, Rolex.
Yes, oh for sure.
It's a very different approach to the collections.
And this 3861 Speedmaster,
The brand new one.
I put it on a Artem sailcloth strap, which I really love.
Is it your first Speedmaster?
It was, yes. Yeah. I've looked at the 1861s, and this one's a 1861. But when the new one came out, coaxial, I thought, well, let's dive down that hole, and yeah, it hasn't let me down.
Yeah, well, you can't go wrong with either. I have one I'm not going to change.
Yeah.
I think you gotta have a Speedy and just stick to it and beat it up.
And then the Patek, that came out, I think, in 2015. Always coveted this watch.
Yeah. It's a very special.
It's quite different for a Patek. And I guess it's going to be discontinued at some stage.
And
because it's a
again,
little
in
bit
20
off the beaten
years,
track, but
what will people pay for these? You know.
yeah.
Um,
So I saw it in an AD's window and just, thought I would
I
treat
remember
myself.
when it was.
and
When was that?
it was 2019.
Right. That's the last times you would see them
Yeah.
in the windows, and yeah, you did well. So travel time.
Travel time, white
for
gold.
sure.
Again, lovely movement. Nicely decorated.
And again, you can do everything with it.
Yes, yeah. It's got a date. It's got dual time zones, home and away, or local and home.
You have trouble reading the date sometimes.
Yes,
The
the date's a
circular
little
date is-
little bit small, and
if it's around 6 o'clock.
yeah,
it's-
the hand
it's
covers it. Yeah,
pretty
it's
hard.
not great, but again, it weird.
At least you have a date.
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
quite a
better than
big
that.
watch. It is quite a big watch. I think they've done a smaller version. But
Yeah,
it's
so some men can get away with what they call the ladies. I don't know if
Yeah.
they call it the ladies, but the smaller version, maybe a more unisex version.
But I just love it. Again, it's a bit of
Yeah.
a statement piece, and people always comment on it.
Any other Patek that you're looking into?
I'd like a annual calendar chronograph.
Yeah,
Um,
5960
yeah,
or the
something like that.
5905.
Yeah.
You know what I could see in your collection is the 5320G or the new one.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. The other one I really
Beautiful
want
case.
is the Elang and Zona one world timer.
yeah.
I've looked at that a couple of times, and yeah, that's a beautiful watch.
Yeah,
Really.
also a bit on the large side.
Yes.
We have similar wrists,
Yeah.
and I had it in I could have bought it at a very good price, and I thought slightly too big for me. If I spend so much, it's gonna be perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a little bit big.
But a 5320, with the cream dial, and the new one, of course, with the salmon dial, that wears like a dream.
Beautiful.
The case, is stamped, and Hodinky were complaining that it's stamped case. Patek. When you realize the work on the
Yeah.
on the lugs, the outcrops, they are just gorgeous and really very super special. Or the chronograph that carries the same case also.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, they're beautiful watches. Really, really
Yeah.
special.
Well, there's
And-
time, you don't have to buy them all in the same
Yeah, of
year.
course, absolutely. I
I
need
think,
to take a
yeah.
break. We're leaving Hong Kong shortly, so
You have a great chronograph coming next.
this one, I love Parmigiani.
Yeah, they're
I
really
think they are.
These days, people just, and this is the brand that's really that's really catching people's eyes with the
Yeah.
beautiful Tonda. All versions of it are great.
Yes, I've got the new GMT Rattrapante coming.
coming.
So it should
Yeah,
arrive.
which version? Rose gold? White
It's
gold?
the steel one.
Steel.
The steel with the blue guilloche dial, with the gold, third hand.
What if it comes to Hong Kong after you're gone? I'll be happy to take delivery and I'll bring it to you whenever I can.
Of course, yeah,
Whenever I
no
can.
problem at all.
So tell me about this one. A lot of things going on.
So it's
on
annual
this.
calendar chronograph, which is a complication I really like. And I love the orange. This is a limited edition, Parmigiani.
Yeah, that was great.
And I was lucky to get it. Again, just right time, right place. I love the big date. It is not the easiest to read when you're outside in the light. Sometimes it's hard to see the hands, so legibility is not great. But it's just a lovely watch. It wears really comfortably with that, integrated bracelet. And I love the teardrop lugs on the
Really
side and how
chic.
they've integrated the pushers.
The pushers, yeah. Nice pen. I can tell it's one that you like to wear because it's running on time.
Yes, and if I was wearing it this morning, it's really is a.
Something that's funny about these annual calendars, this one and the Rolex Sky-Dweller, is that you have the date and the month. At my age, I still usually know which month I'm in. The day sometimes
It's
it's a
the
bit more
day,
challenging.
yeah.
I'd like to see the day more
Yeah.
than the more than the
It
month.
doesn't have the day, and,
But,
and you've got to have good eyesight to see the month as well because it's pretty small.
Yeah,
Um,
it is discreet. But
again,
the
I
big
just
date,
love the
I
orange.
really like that. The
Yeah.
big date is one of the nicest complications on a watch. It's tricky one as well. Some brands have issues with it. Again, could be your only watch.
Yes, it's lovely. So
Wow.
that's my latest watch, actually. That one.
Do you sometimes feel that you have too many?
All the
or
time, all the time.
And then you're
my
thinking,
wife says you have too many. But,
How would I consolidate?
Yeah,
Or
I
should
don't
I buy
know.
something more expensive and selling 2, 3 and
It's just none that I want to sell. I just love them all. They all have sentimental value.
I
And,
think they're gorgeous.
So yeah, I think this is probably once I get that GMT Razzoparante from Parmigiani, I think I'll call it a day for a little while.
Famous last words.
Yes, of course,
Certainly.
of course. It's a bit of an addiction. But yeah, look, I've covered pretty much all the bases that I
Yeah.
need to cover, to be quite honest.
Fantastic brands,
Um,
great models.
And being able to,
especially.
gift them to my son as well, I think is quite special. So he's had 3. Well, he will have had 3 of mine.
Does he know everything you own at the moment? Has he seen
I don't
everything?
think he does actually.
No,
Because,
he will.
He
So
hasn't. Well,
he'll
yes,
be
he will.
salivating. Oh, this one, that one, and then that one.
Yeah.
Dad, are you still wearing that Speedmaster? You get 2 of them. You're gonna hear that a lot.
One thing at a time, but yeah.
Well, it's hard to pick a favorite. I mean,
It's really hard, yeah. Really
all
hard.
of these could be your one watch. It comes and goes when you collect. You accumulate, and then you decide, okay, I need to move to the next stage. I'm going to get rid of a few, but that would be hard to sell anything
really hard.
from
really
these.
hard.
And also the first box with some sentimental pieces and
Yeah.
special pieces. But yeah, at least if you can pass them on to someone, it's a better way than selling.
I think so. Look, I don't plan to sell any, and who knows
Yeah.
what the future holds. But we're leaving Hong Kong next month after 23 years for a new adventure. So we'll see.
Send me pictures of
see
the
what that
new
brings.
Parmigiani.
Yes, we'll
Yeah.
do. We'll do. when
Safe
that
travels
arrives.
in Florida. It's gonna be amazing over there.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. I've just been hit by a big hurricane, but hopefully
Is your house gone already?
Yeah, no, not yet. It missed Tampa, luckily, which is where we're heading to. But yeah, we'll be on the road quite a bit, so it's exciting.
I hope to hear from you when you're
Definitely,
there.
yeah.
I guess next collection review we'll do it with pictures.
I guess we'll be back in Hong Kong, fairly regularly. It's home, and we've spent a long time here.
Yeah, 23 years.
Despite all the troubles and the difficulties that Hong Kong's been going through, it's still a wonderful city.
It is. Wow. Well, that was a great collection. Thank you so much for bringing me to your home to experience these watches. And well, any last words?
No, thanks for coming, and I'm really happy to share it with you. I've been watching your watch collection reviews for many years, and it's nice to now be part of it.
Fantastic. That's one of the nicest collections I think I've ever had the chance to review. All right, guys, put some comments down below. Which one is your favorite? Do you want them all? Are you planning to add them all to your collection? Let us know. Let Mr. H know what you think about his beautiful collection, and I'll speak to you in the next one. Bye bye.